Good afternoon, I'm Mai Rodriguez. This is Newsfeed on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. We begin with a strong denial from the chairman of the Commission on Elections, George Garcia, over offshore accounts allegedly owned by him. In a press briefing Thursday, Sagip Party List Representative Rodante Marcoleta said they tapped volunteers in New York to deposit $100 to 2 offshore accounts. Marcoleta then claimed the receipts were traced back and showed Garcia's name. The lawmaker is also seeking a House probe to look into bribery and corruption allegations against Garcia. As for the Comelec chairman, he says the documents Marcoleta presented were fake, but he's ready to face any inquiry. Garcia also issued a bank secrecy waiver allowing authorities access to his transactions. Satisfaction with President Bongbong Marcos improves in the latest SWS survey. The July poll shows 55% of Filipinos are satisfied with the president's performance, 28% are dissatisfied, while 15% are undecided. This is a plus 27 net satisfaction rating for Marcos, a 7-point increase from the plus 20 he got in March. 9% of respondents also said they expect the president to fulfill all or nearly all of his promises. 17% expect most, 48% a few, while 23% expect almost none or none at all. Akbayan Party List presents itself as the real opposition in the coming midterm polls. In its 9th National Congress held yesterday, other prominent politicians expressed their solidarity with Akbayan. Hanati reports.
Party list and progressive group Akbayan declares itself the real opposition as it gears up for the upcoming local and national elections. Akbayan President Rafaela David emphasized the party's role in challenging the status quo in the 2025 and 2028 polls.
Nakikita natin yung pag-aaway ng Marcos at Duterte. It offers us false choices. Kumbaga ngayon magkaribal sila, galing sila sa iisang partido nung nakaraang eleksyon. Baka pwedeng ang mga naghahanap ng alternatibo mag-akbayan na.
Akbayan sees the need to prepare early, noting other groups have had decades to consolidate power.
May reflection kasi na nung 2022, nung tumakbo si VP Leni, parang kinulang ng runway para makatakbo bilang presidente. 211 days nung nagdeklara for a presidential run na may kalaban ka na dekadang nagprepara.
Senator Risa Ontiveros, who takes the lead in the opposition, echoed this sentiment.
Ngayon na naglaho na ang UNITEAM, let us take this opportunity to take immediate action. Maghanda tayong lumaban muli para sa 2025, muli sa 2028, at mulit-muli araw-araw hanggang sa makamit natin ang isang Pilipinas na pantay at makatarungan para sa lahat.
Former Vice President Leni Robredo and former Senator Kiko Pangilinan, running mates in the 2022 elections, urged the public to elect honest and competent leaders.
Hindi tayo papayag sa ganitong klaseng sitwasyon na pamanahin ng ating mga anak.
Ang imperative sa atin, madagdagan ng mga kasama ni Senator Risa sa Senado, magkaroon ng mas maraming kakampi sa lokal, itanim sa diwa ng lipunan ang buod ng ating ipinaglalaban.
Other prominent opposition leaders expressed their solidarity as Akbayan held its 9th National Congress.
Your shared vision of what we want to see in our country. That's why, to me, I am very proud to stand with Akbayan.
Mula po noon hanggang ngayon, hanggang sa mga susunod, ang Akbayan po at ang aming opisina lagi pong magkasama. Kaya in the next few months, I look forward po to being part of this new fight with you.
Akbayan has yet to finalize its slate in time for the filing of the candidacies in October. Hanati, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Senate Public Service Committee Chair Raffy Tulfo raises questions on Philippine airport security. Tulfo wonders why there are stringent security checks on regular passengers but not on VIPs. Bea de la Cruz reports.
Senate Committee on Public Service Chairman Rafi Tulfo grills officials on a host of issues perennially hounding the country's airports. Passengers have had to repeatedly suffer from malfunctioning facilities like escalators, walkolators, and e-gates, especially at the country's international airports. Engineer Jolly Bert Galeon of the Bureau of Immigration says old e-gates are now being replaced.
Nakapag-release po kayo ng some amount of money na at least 25% po ng mga counters natin mapapalitan na po ng mga e-gates na bago.
Manila International Airport Authority Acting Chief Eric Ines says they're now fixing the escalators and walkolators at the NAIA as well.
Yung pinangako po namin, na tinapos po namin nung January, first week of January, ay June. Pinangako ko po yun, nagawa na po yun. Yung escalator na sinasabi nila na nakakaperwisyo sa arrival, nagawa po yun. Yung mga walkalator natin, nagawa na po yun.
The senator meanwhile raised matters of security, noting the airport is the country's first line of defense. He says blacklisted persons are able to slip into the country while VIPs do not go through stringent screening like regular passengers do.
Ibig sabihin, pwede siyang magdala ng droga, bomba, at kung ano pang mga kontrabando kaya niyang ipuslit. Ginto, pera. Opo.
Tinitignan po lahat yung mga identification po, yung mga pumapasok po sa general aviation area.
Yung pagdamo sa immigration, pipicturean ka o mark, yung pala ay data gathering lang, walang ginagawang cross-matching.
The Immigration Bureau is now asking for more funding to improve the security system. NS meanwhile promises to improve information on the passengers' Bill of Rights displayed at the NAIA. Tulfo says these were not easily readable.
Matagal na po namin pinag-aralan, way back pa po yan, ilang beses na re-revise yan. And very active po ang ating CAB at nag-uusap po kami at nag-deploy kami.
Bea de la Cruz, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
A cleanup drive in Noveleta, Cavite is ongoing as a response to the oil spill in Manila Bay. Our correspondent Hannah T is in Noveleta. Hannah, how is the cleanup drive going?
My cleanup operations were conducted here in Noveleta as oil, possibly from the sunken MTKR Terra Nova in Bataan, washed ashore. The Philippine Coast Guard, or PCG, has collected 21 sacks of contaminated debris from the shoreline and is verifying if the contaminants indeed came from the Terra Nova. The Bureau of Fire Protection and TUPAD beneficiaries joined the cleanup. Several coastal areas in Cavite are now under a state of calamity. In Rosario, oil-contaminated water lilies were found in Malimango in Barangay Ligtong 4. In Ternate and Tanza, oil sightings were also reported. In Cavite City, Barangay 14 reported contaminated debris and oil sheen. Fisher folk are bearing the brunt of the situation. According to Noveleta Mayor Dino Chua, a fishing ban was implemented on Wednesday. Typically, a fisherman earns 1,000 to 2,000 pesos daily from catching crabs and small fish. Now they are seeking alternative sources of income. Earlier today, the Noveleta local government distributed relief aid to approximately 2,000 affected fisher folk in the area. The Noveleta local government has organized a 4-week relief program combining aid and cash assistance for the affected individuals. This is while authorities determine if the oil indeed came from Terra Nova. Mai?
Hannah, what if some fishermen insist on fishing despite the ban given the lengthy verification process and their lack of income?
The Philippine Coast Guard and the Noveleta LGU say most fishermen do comply with the ban, but should anyone still try to fish, Coast Guard personnel are stationed along the shoreline to stop them and escort them back, ensuring enforcement of the ban. Mai?
Thank you, Hannah. Hannah T there reporting live from Noveleta. The death toll in the landslides in India has risen to nearly 200, with over 200 others still missing. Caused by days of heavy rains, the landslide struck the southern coastal state of Kerala early Tuesday, burying or sweeping people as they slept. It's the worst disaster in Kerala since the deadly floods in 2018. Search and rescue operations are ongoing. Around 1,600 people have been rescued in the last 2 days. A historic prisoner swap between Russia and the West sees over 24 detainees freed. 16 prisoners were released from Russia, among them Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich and former U.S. Marine Paul Whelan. In return, 8 Russian prisoners have been released, including individuals accused of intelligence activities. This is the biggest prisoner exchange between Russia and the West since the end of the Cold War. The White House said the complex deal was negotiated in secrecy for more than a year, involving at least 7 countries.
The deal that made this possible was a feat of diplomacy and friendship. Multiple countries helped get this done. They joined the difficult, complex negotiations at my request, and I personally thank them all again. This deal would not have been made possible without our allies. Germany, Poland, Slovenia, Norway, and Turkey, they all stepped up, and they stood with us. They stood with us. And they made bold and brave decisions, released prisoners being held in their countries who were justifiably being held, and provided logistical support to get the Americans home.
And those are the news this hour. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Stay tuned to Bilyonaryo News Channel for more top-of-the-hour news. Catch us on Free TV Channel 31 and also on our website, bnc.ph. Good afternoon.